The PLA family, which was formerly tightly controlled, has fallen apart in unexpected ways. Their lives have dramatically changed in 2025 due to new romantic relationships, daring professional decisions, and intense family disputes. While some people are clinging to the past, others have permanently broken free. Every member of Welcome to Plathville is currently standing here, and the surprises are only getting started. Barry's life has changed significantly since he and Kim ended their 24-year marriage, reflecting both personal development and a re-evaluation of values. The formerly stable routine built on a long-term relationship has drastically changed, giving Barry more time to devote to his children and personal interests. A strong dedication to self-improvement, especially in the area of fitness, which has grown to be a pillar of his everyday life, has characterized this new chapter. The remarkable improvements Barry has made in recent years are a testament to his commitment to health and well-being. He has adopted a strict routine of consistent, well-planned exercises, meal planning, as well as a way of living that promotes both mental and physical health. His efforts have paid off, and his impressively sculpted figure is proof of his patience and hard work. There is a psychological as well as bodily change. The power and endurance he has developed give him true pride and happiness. The fact that this trip has become a means of bonding with his son, Micah, is what gives it even greater significance for Barry. They spent time together at the gym. Has developed into a unique custom, a means of communication that goes beyond the typical father-son interaction. They support one another through difficult routines, provide dietary advice, and acknowledge minor accomplishments. These sessions have strengthened their bond by mixing family and fitness and producing memories that are just as priceless as any career success. There have been challenges along the way. At first, Barry, who is now 56, had emotional difficulties following his divorce from Kim. Transitioning from a committed long-term relationship to being alone had its own set of difficulties, such as feelings of isolation and future uncertainty. But with persistence and concentration, he has been able to move through this change with grace. He talks about his newfound serenity and true peace today, which he attributes to accepting change and putting his priorities first. Barry is still resolute and committed in his work. He has established a strong career as a transport planner for over 20 years. With a private company, exhibiting a strong work ethic and a well-defined goal. His dedication to his work has remained constant despite changes in his personal life. In order to balance the duties of his job with the obligations and pleasures of fatherhood, he takes satisfaction in his contributions to significant projects that affect community transportation and infrastructure. Kim PLA. Kim has started a major new chapter in her life, which includes a daring move and a new romantic partner, over a year after she and Barry parted ways. Connection. Kim, a 52-year-old mother of 9, made the significant choice to relocate to Florida from the comfortable surroundings of Georgia, where she had lived her entire adult life. She has moved into the $69,000 home that her new partner, Ken Palmer, owns there. In addition to representing a change in location, this relocation represents her personal reinvention as she welcomes change and fresh starts. Kim's growing love with Ken was the driving force behind her decision to leave her home and relocate to Florida. Their suddenly formed bond swiftly developed into something significant. Her son Isaac's flying lessons were a normal event in her family's life when the couple first met. Isaac was receiving lessons from Ken, a seasoned flight instructor, and their business relationship quickly turned into a personal one. Ken's experience goes beyond teaching pilots. He brought a plethora of aviation expertise and experience from his time working as an aircraft technician for Delta Airlines. With the interests of the family, Kim quickly found solace and friendship with Ken, despite the difficulties that come with beginning anew after a lengthy marriage. She now finds satisfaction and stability in their relationship, which is a pleasant diversion from the chaos of being apart. Living in Florida with Ken gives Kim the opportunity to experience this new stage with hope and encouragement, surrounded by a companion who shares her values and way of life. Barry, meanwhile, continues to live in their long-standing family home in Georgia, still taking care of their younger kids who haven't left the nest yet. Because of Barry's constant presence and unwavering dedication to raising his kids, the home maintains its sense of continuity. Kim took a bold and purposeful step towards self-discovery and rejuvenation with her move to Florida and her new life with Ken. Her readiness to accept change and pursue happiness in a new setting after years of being entrenched in Georgia shows resiliency and a positive attitude on the future. There is more to this new chapter than a simple address change. It represents Kim's bravery in pursuing happiness and friendship on her own terms. Meg's Micah. Micah bravely and boldly chose to follow his aspirations in the vibrant city of Los Angeles, leaving behind the comforting familiarity of his family's Georgia home. He accepted the challenge of beginning a new life away from the support network he had known his whole life because he was passionate about modeling and wanted to forge his own path. Life. This shift was a turning point in his career, one that was fueled by his want to succeed in a highly competitive field but also full of opportunity and uncertainty. Arriving in Los Angeles was a turning point in Micah's journey towards achieving his goals, not just a change of location. He immersed himself in the dynamic realms of entertainment and fashion, working relentlessly to develop his network and expand his portfolio. His efforts paid off in November of last year when he was able to national recognition as the popular television program Watch What Happens Live's guest barman. This unanticipated chance gave him the chance to display his charm and captivating personality, reaching a larger audience outside of the modeling community and receiving important exposure in the entertainment sector. A few months later, Micah built on this momentum and reached another noteworthy milestone. He was honored to be on the cover of the book Beach Boys in January, which honors a combination of fashion, culture, and the beauty of the coast. In the modeling industry, landing a cover spot is a highly sought-after achievement that denotes acknowledgement of his distinct appeal and growing prominence. In addition to giving him more self-assurance, this accomplishment cemented his reputation as a promising model with a unique appearance and captivating demeanor. Micah gets closer to being a well-known figure in modeling with every step he takes, whether it is on TV or in print. His path is distinguished by persistence, flexibility, and a steadfast dedication to his art. Even though achieving significant success is frequently a difficult and drawn-out process, Micah's early achievements portend a promising future. Micah is committed to growing his possibilities and honing his abilities as he continues to negotiate the challenging worlds of entertainment and design. His tale serves as a tribute to the strength of ambition and bravery, the readiness to forego the familiar in order to pursue a dream, and the fortitude to flourish in the face of novel experiences. Micah is doing more than just advancing his career with each accomplishment. He is leaving a legacy that will perhaps encourage others to pursue their ambitions in the face of adversity. Olivia. Olivia experienced a number of personal losses and emotional hardships in 2023 that put her fortitude to the ultimate test in ways she could never have predicted. The tragic loss of her younger brother, Micah Meggs, whose premature passing left a lasting legacy, was one of the worst times throughout her life and her family's lives. Micah, then 15 years old, was hit by a moving car while riding his e-bike just 5 months before Olivia made her divorce from Ethan public. Olivia and her loved ones were left devastated by the abrupt and terrible way he passed away, struggling to accept a loss that felt harsh and senseless while also dealing with grief and incredulity. No family should ever have to deal with the accident that abruptly ended Micah's lively young life. Olivia's life was rocked by shock, shattering the sense of security and normalcy she had previously taken for granted. Olivia was forced to deal with the agonizing process of grieving not just for her brother, but also for the stability of her own life, which was already in jeopardy due to the dissolution of her marriage. A time of severe emotional upheaval resulted from the compounding weight of these losses. However, in the midst of this gloom, 2023 also brought with it a surprising source of comfort and recovery. For Olivia, a tearful reunion with Lydia Grace, her long-separated sister. The sisters had been separated for years by distance and unresolved disputes. They had a relationship characterized by absence and quiet. However, after years of being apart, Olivia and Lydia managed to reconnect and rediscover one another in the wake of their shared loss. This kind and sincere reconnection served as a ray of hope among the sadness, giving the two women an opportunity to mend past hurts and reinforce the ties of family that had been made even more valuable by sorrow. During one of Olivia's most trying periods, their rekindled relationship was an essential source of emotional support. The sisters worked through their sadness together, drawing strength from their caring for one another and their shared memories. A glimpse of hope and a reminder that family relationships may offer resilience and rejuvenation even in the midst of tragedy were brought about by this rediscovery of sisters. PLA Isaac. Isaac has been dealing with an era of remarkable development and accomplishment, signifying important turning points in his personal life and his career goals. He gained notoriety in October at the homecoming dance, one of the most memorable occasions in high school. There was more to this event than just a night of festivities. It was a striking representation of camaraderie, carefree happiness, and making enduring memories. Isaac fully embraced the moment, posting an enthralling set of images on social media that recorded the highlights of the evening. These were pictures of him and his close pals laughing and joking together, as well as special moments with his date, Samantha Michelle Lee. The pictures showed a self-assured and content young man enjoying a significant occasion that many teenagers value as a rite of passage. In addition to reaching significant social milestones, Isaac has been making impressive progress towards his long-held career goals. After years of commitment and intense training, he received a significant professional boost in March. Milestone through the acquisition of his pilot's license. This achievement is evidence of his perseverance, discipline, and focus. He proudly shared this accomplishment on Instagram, encapsulating his journey with the impactful slogan, "Hard work pays off." It reflects not just the effort he put in, but also the promise of a bright future. From a young age, Isaac's love for flying was evident, and obtaining his pilot's license is only the start of what seems to be a remarkable career. His ultimate objective is to become a commercial pilot, a career that calls for responsibility, a dedication to safety, and ability and accuracy. The license is the first step towards reaching new professional heights and represents his willingness to take on these difficulties. Hosanna. Hosanna took a brave leap of faith at the age of 22, which would change the course of her life. Timothy Noble, a fellow musician who shared her enthusiasm, was her spouse. For gospel music, as well as her life's work of using singing to inspire and uplift others. In order to showcase their musical abilities to a wide range of people, they set off on a journey around the nation together, touring and playing in different locations. This early marriage and ministry commitment signaled the start of a new chapter characterized by devotion, love, and the pursuit of a common goal. Hosanna's choice to maintain some distance from her family, particularly in light of the continuous familial strife, shows a careful and methodical approach to preserving the delicate equilibrium in her personal life. Although the difficulties facing the family are well known, Hosanna has made the decision to put her privacy first in order to save needless stress on her husband and child. By making this decision, she demonstrates her maturity and resolve to provide a secure, caring atmosphere free from outside influences so that her relationship with Timothy and their expanding family can thrive. Hosanna's decision to keep some distance from her family is not. She is defining her own path, apart from the chaos that has frequently characterized her family's history, while also defending her own boundaries and claiming her independence. As a result of this separation, she and Timothy are able to devote themselves entirely to their common goal, creating a life that revolves on their faith, music, and the delight of parenting their kid together. Their devotion to gospel music is a career route that demands great dedication and devotion, as well as a spiritual calling. Cooperation. Resilience and unity are essential for touring the nation, and Hosanna and Timothy have developed these traits as a pair. Their relationship is strengthened by their mutual faith and musical chemistry, which enables them to handle the difficulties of traveling and fatherhood with poise and fortitude. Mariah PLA. Throughout the PLA family's frequently tumultuous and emotionally taxing journey, Mariah has bravely and honestly addressed some of her worst moments. She bravely told her father about a personal matter last season, intensely private battle, and tremendous struggle with deep darkness that occasionally left her feeling so overwhelmed that she no longer wanted to live. This disclosure revealed the mental and emotional burden she had been carrying for so long, providing insight into the fragility of her public persona. Mariah's distress was exacerbated by ongoing family disputes, especially those involving her brother, in addition to the chaos brought on by her parents' well-publicized divorce. Olivia, Ethan's former wife. Mariah and Olivia's once close friendship took a sharp turn for the worst, tainted by conflict and allegations that profoundly damaged Mariah. Mariah's accusation that Olivia had stolen her songs was the main cause of their breakup, It was a grave accusation that shattered their bond and further complicated an already tense family dynamic. Despite these family and personal difficulties, Mariah has turned to her music for solace and meaning. Music has a lengthy history. Become her lifeline, a means of transforming her feelings and experiences into something constructive and restorative. She has returned to her craft with a newfound sense of enthusiasm and resolve over the past year, releasing a number of tracks that have struck a chord with her expanding fan base. In addition to providing comfort, her musical endeavors provide as evidence of her tenacity and dedication to ongoing development and self-improvement. Mariah is thriving as a musician and establishing a career for herself apart from her family. Despite the drama that has frequently surrounded her, her journey tells a compelling story of overcoming hardship and empowering herself via the use of creation as therapy. She is committed to improving her abilities and broadening her musical horizons as she develops artistically, with the goal of creating a career characterized by emotional honesty and genuineness. Ethan is going through a difficult and emotionally stressful time following his recent divorce. However, despite the challenges, he is starting to see a ray of hope and rejuvenation in his familial ties, which are the most significant in his life. Ethan has made significant progress in mending the strained or neglected relationships with his father and siblings after going through a time of stress and separation after his marriage's turmoil. In this process, he has had one of the most meaningful and sincere reconciliations with his sister Mariah. Ethan and Mariah didn't talk much for about a year, which probably made him feel even more emotionally burdened. Was bearing as he was going through personal difficulties. Although the grounds for their separation were kept confidential, both of them were saddened by the prolonged period of no meaningful communication. Understanding the value of family and the restorative potential of connection, Ethan made a conscious effort to connect with them and close the distance that had developed between them. There is more to this re-established relationship with Mariah than a simple verbal interaction. It symbolizes a more thorough restoration of understanding and trust. As they get back into conversation, they exchange tales, provide encouragement, and re-establish the momentarily broken sibling link. Their rekindled intimacy gives Ethan much-needed emotional support as he forges a new course for himself and redefines who he is outside of his marriage. In addition to Mariah, Ethan is getting back in touch with his father and other siblings, which strengthens his support system and fortifies his fortitude. Once tense, these familial relationships are now a source of power. As he adapts to the changes in his personal life, they offer him a foundation of unwavering love and acceptance. A sense of normalcy and belonging is gradually being restored through family get-togethers, chats, and times of introspection and laughing. Ethan's resolve to mend these connections demonstrates his maturity and will to learn from adversity. It represents a more comprehensive process of self-discovery, not only of his personal identity but also of the essential function that family plays in offering solace, providing support during the most trying times in life. Ethan is showing that, in spite of the difficulties he has had, there is still plenty to look forward to in the years to come as he works to re-establish these relationships. Lydia PLA. Despite the constant difficulties and turmoil in the PLA family, Lydia has found a bright and constant source of happiness in her own life. A loving and stable relationship with a man she prefers to stay mostly out of the general public. Lydia has been upfront about the fact that they have been dating for a while, even if she hasn't disclosed who he is or shown pictures of him on social media or in interviews. Despite the chaos around her family, this enduring bond gives her emotional support and happiness, acting as a stabilizing influence. The fact that Lydia has chosen to keep her relationship very private says a lot about her goals and objectives. Unlike those who would want to get attention from the public However, she and her spouse have a desire to shield their relationship from the demands and scrutiny that come with being in the spotlight. This decision to keep their relationship out of the public eye is an intentional attempt to foster its long-term stability by letting their bond grow naturally and away from other influences. Lydia's family has had the chance to meet her partner despite their secrecy, and rumors indicate that he is liked and truly regarded by people that are closest to her. The quality and sincerity of their relationship are strengthened by this acceptance within her familial circle, which provides a crucial layer of comfort and affirmation. It also heralds a positive new era for Lydia, one marked by respect and emotional stability. Crucially, Lydia's new love affair follows her parents' well-publicized divorce, which has undoubtedly affected the whole family. However, even though Lydia saw her parents' marriage fall apart. Has an optimistic and steadfast faith in marriage as an institution. She has stated that her belief in love and the potential for a long-term relationship has not been shaken by their divorce. Rather, she approaches her relationship with hope and a determination to create something lasting and significant. Both Sia PLA and Amber Mercy. Amber, the sixth of Kim and Barry's 9 children, celebrated turning 15 in February, marking a significant milestone. Despite having a rather small screen, Amber gained popularity quite fast, especially when contrasted to some of her siblings. Her mature viewpoint and composed manner captivate viewers. Traits that, in spite of her youth, make her stand out. Many people find her calm and thoughtfulness endearing, and they value witnessing a teenager who exudes emotional intelligence and quiet confidence. Her older sister Mariah has publicly lauded Amber, calling her intelligent, wonderfully mature, and stunningly gorgeous, which only serves to increase the admiration. Such sincere praise from a sibling reveal a great deal about Amber's personality and the strong ties that exist among the family. Sia stands out among the PLA kids for wearing glasses, which she had to do after a terrible accident when she was just 2 years old. A sharp piece of plastic that had broken off from an outdoor thermometer in 2014 hit her in the eye. Sia had numerous surgeries to recover her vision after the accident was so serious that emergency surgery was necessary. Because of the expert medical attention and her fortitude, her vision has greatly improved, allowing her to lead an active, regular life without any restrictions. This recovery tale demonstrates the bravery and strength ingrained in the PLA family. The youngest PLA sibling, Mercy, is less seen on film and continues to be a more private person. Despite her minimal profile, her older sister Lydia gave fans a unique and endearing look at her on her 12th birthday in February. Lydia commemorated the event with a charming Instagram story, sending a birthday greeting to Mercy when she was eating a cookie, catching an unguarded, loving moment. Lydia posted another picture of Mercy clutching a black pocketbook amid a stack of birthday presents with a teary emoji, expressing both love and shock at how rapidly her younger sister had matured. When taken as a whole, these scenes paint a deep, personal picture of the younger PLA siblings. Mercy's tender presence, Sia's inspirational recuperation, and Amber's calm strength, each making a distinct contribution to the family's continuous tale. Olivia and Ethan. With multiple marriages disintegrating under the weight of life's complications, the Plath family seems to be going through a time of major upheaval. The emotional difficulties facing the Plaths have been exacerbated by the announcement of the divorce of Ethan and Olivia, another couple in the family, following the well-reported split of Kim and Barry. Despite being tragic, their breakup appears to have been caused by ingrained disagreements that were unable to resolve. Even though they tried their hardest to remain together, the relationship between Ethan and Olivia started out with youthful optimism and promise. Both of them were only 20 years old when they got married in October 2018, and they entered the union with the hope and idealism that frequently accompany young love. However, as the years went by, friction and conflict between them grew as basic disparities in their values and aspirations for their lives progressively became apparent. The difficult-to-reconcile divergent pathways ultimately resulted in the agonizing conclusion: to separate. Ethan announced their split on Instagram in October with grace and candor. "I wish Olivia the best in the future ahead. I care for her deeply and always will," he wrote in his post. "It just didn't work between us though. Lord knows we both gave it all we had. It seemed we were constantly pulling each other in opposite directions in life with different goals." His words not only expressed the sadness of the breakup, but also the deep respect and affection he still holds for Olivia. While acknowledging their official separation, Olivia made it clear that she intends to keep Ethan's surname because she feels that she has earned it over the years they spent together. Her statement suggested a lingering attachment and respect for the marriage they built, even as she faces the reality of its end. Olivia also responded publicly, highlighting the emotional complexity of their situation. As she does so, Olivia remains. The breakup of Ethan and Olivia's marriage adds another layer to the PLA family's current struggles. Both coups' separations highlight the difficulties that can arise in relationships, especially when differing values and ambitions pull people in different directions. But amid the turmoil, there is also a quiet resilience. She is open to the possibility of future love, signaling hope and a willingness to embrace new beginnings despite the challenges she has endured.